Okay, do you know what's the second scariest, most dangerous animal in Africa after the hippopotamus? Because hippos kill around 500 people a year. It's actually not the lion, not the leopard, not the hyena either, not the cheetah. It's actually the Cape buffalo. You see, these buffaloes kill about 200 people per year in Africa, mostly because people hunt them, and the people they often kill are the people that they kill are most often hunters, because some people hunt Cape buffaloes for their horns. I'm not surprised. Humans literally hunt everything thing. Like, you know what's the most endangered creature? The rhino, because they are killed persistently by hunters. They are killed annually by hunters for their horns, which are made out of solid keratin. Unlike bovid horns, which are made of keratin in the thick bony structure. But Cape buffalo, these behemoths are these are not your average cow. These Cape buffalo behemoths are responsible for killing around 200 people annually in Africa, which is way less than animals like hippos. They've been known to even drive off the most motivated lion pride out of all animals. It has to be the Cape buffalo. That just has to be the most aggressive. It's not a wild cow. It's not a cow. It's a buffalo. Cape buffaloes in the grasslands of Africa have been known to drive off even the most motivated lion pride. Because lions will hunt them, but they'll hunt them in pride or in groups to overtake buffalo. One kick from a buffalo can cripple a lion for life, and it won't be able to hunt anymore. Buffaloes also have sharp horns that can impale or gore a lion. They gore, trample, they gore and kill and trample people annually in Africa, because they're not cows, they're buffaloes. Same with zebras. People seem to think zebras are horses. No, they're angry donkeys, striped donkeys. So it feels safe to say you do not want to piss off this Cape of buffalo, because once they feel threatened, it's over for you. And some of them work in herds, so there can be several of them chasing you. And they've been known to chase hunters up in trees and then wait for them to make one move, and then I'm pretty sure the hunter falls out of the tree and gets impaled. Lions seem to hunt calves because young calves are easier killed rather than adults who will defend the rest of the herd. When a herd member is attacked, they rush to its defense and try to attack the attacker. Do you like what I tried to did here? I tried to make a Cape buffalo. These are croissant food pieces. These aren't actual horns. You know, you have to use your imagination. Be creative. Like, try to make a Cape buffalo. I just put, this is a dog. I put croissants on it. The croissants are supposed to resemble horns. So I hope you guys like what I did there. But at least they kill more people. At least they kill less people than animals like hippos, elephants, rhinos, and zebras. And zebras are the most dangerous animals. Zebras cause the most zoo attacks. That's not actually true. The most dangerous animal in zoos is actually the elephant. So they've been known to drive off entire prides of lions because how fearsome they are. Lions are no match for this fearsome bovine. They have horns that can gore and impale a lion. Yeah, they are just unstoppable and unbeatable. It takes a lot of lions or a lot of lionesses just to put this cow out of his misery. They've even been called the Widowmaker or the Black Death because of how aggressive and hostile they are. They have no docility. They are not docile cattle. Like in this video, when this lion was supposed to be helping his fellow lionesses, he left them because he was scared of the buffalo. Yeah, anyone should be scared of buffalo because they can trample people to death and gore them with their horns. Buffaloes are not your average cattle, neither are they not your friend. And they are part of Africa's Big Five, the most aggressive and sought after animals because of how aggressive they are. But unlike lions, leopards, tigers, and jaguars, and like wolves and all other carnivorous mammals, they're herbivorous. But herbivorous animals can just be as aggressive as carnivorous animals. There seems to be this misconception: if an animal is herbivorous, it's not an active threat as a carnivorous animal. Look at hippos. They kill around 500 people per year, and they're herbivores. Although hippos do occasionally eat animal carcasses or scavenge animal carcasses, because a study on the 2005 journal Mammal Review shows that hippos occasionally feed on the carcasses of other dead animals. They also might eat fruit they find in their nightly scavenges. A lion is adult buffalo's only predator. Leopards will target weak members, not the animals in their prime, or they'll kill calves since they are more easy to kill. But buffaloes have horns, and in males they are large and they can fuse into a shield-like structure, referred to as a boss. They like spending time in water to rid their body of parasites. They are immune to some cattle-borne diseases. They are susceptible to cattle-borne disease. And they are one of the most successful ruminants in the cow family. They sometimes might roll around in mud to keep pesky insects off of their body, but really the birds do most of that work. There's these type of birds called oxpeckers who are basically eating the insects on the backs of Cape buffaloes or on their horns. They basically helping the buffalo to get the pesky things, and they like rolling around in mud like a hippo or elephant or a rhino. They look like docile cattle, but they're not even related to domesticated cattle. And they practically have no predators aside for lions. They'll use their pride to overtake larger Cape buffaloes. Leopards might target weak members or calves, and hyenas, they target calves as well. But I think they are capable of taking down an adult if they gain the opportunity. Everything about the Cape buffalo is just unconspicuous. They are just like unconspicuous. Oh, and crocodiles might kill buffalo. But they live in herds like hippos, which only makes them more dangerous. Crocodiles will also occasionally snack on them, but most hunts to bring down these buffaloes are unsuccessful. Here we have a Cape buffalo that made a fatal mistake when it wandered into crocodile territory. It looks like it's over for the buffalo. It looks like the buffalo is going to be dragged into water. All the herd members just sit there doing nothing, but the buffalo manages to overcome the crocodile and rip away from the crocodile's hungry jaws. The crocodile's like, "Come on, man," and it just goes back into the water like no competition. If I was that crocodile, I would chase after the buffaloes. Crocodiles are known to prey on rhino calves. Although I think in a fight between a rhino and a crocodile, the rhino would most likely win. I mean, it has a massive horn that can easily toss the crocodile. But if it was a bigger crocodile, like the saltwater crocodile or the Nile crocodile, I think the crocodile would have the advantage. Crocodiles are one of the most strongest apex predators, and they have the strongest bite force of anything alive. Like lion, tiger, you name it, even hyena. There was once a crocodile named Gustav that even hippos avoid. Although when you see documented footages of hippos and crocodiles, the crocodiles keep their distance, or they just get attacked by the angry hippo. Hippos don't be playing about their territory or their calves. So any animal drinking from a watering hole, that is going to spell its demise. It's going to be dragged underwater and drowned by the crocodile. And the crocodile does this maneuver called the death roll. It's a spinning maneuver where they go they twist the limb. They try to rip up meat off the skin, and they have enough force to even break the bone. Oh, and Gustav was an infamous man-eater crocodile. I can't remember if he was a saltwater crocodile. I'm pretty sure he was a Nile crocodile. You can see this wildebeest got dragged under the water, and it was over for the wildebeest. All the other wildebeests, they fled. They ran away. The wildebeest, yeah, he's not in a good position. I'm pretty sure the crocodile would just death roll him or her. Crocodiles are sneaky hunters, and they can stay almost submerged under the water in murky water because they live under the water, and their eyes, nostrils are on the top of their head, so they can practically see everything like hippos. And the wildebeests go back to the water to drink. I don't know why animals cross the Mara or the Nile River when they know crocodiles. That's where crocodiles lurk. Like if I was those animals, I would be like, no, I ain't crossing the Mara River or the Nile River. I'm just gonna keep my distance. And they when the animals do go over the river, they try to rush. Like, you're risking your own life, animals. Take your time, thank you. Herbivorous animals, herbivores, take your time, thank you. But they return to the river to quench their thirst, and one of them is grabbed yet again, and it is murdered. It just grabs it with extra force. The wildebeest was promptly dragged under the water and eaten by the crocodile. Crocodiles are sneaky hunters. They can stay submerged under murky water and kill any animal they see. Even lions aren't safe from crocodiles. It looks like this wildebeest's tail is getting just eaten by this crocodile, and the bamboos just sit there and watch. Or, yeah, a bamboo, they just sit there and watch. The baboons, they just sit there and watch. I thought one of them was gonna make a sacrifice and try to save the poor wildebeest, but apparently that's not gonna happen. And the bovine just gets eaten by the vicious crocodile. They do the death roll maneuver, trying to rip it apart. You know, a male baboon has enough strength to kill a leopard. And they've been recorded stealing leopard cubs and trying to nurse them like they're their own child. Everything about the leopard is beautiful. From its spotted coat, from its macabre eyes, it's the most beautiful of all big cats. Probably beautiful than the lion and the tiger combined. Although there is a lion and the tiger combined. It's the liger. Liger is a hybrid offspring of a male lion and a female tigress, but they don't live in the wild. They're only found in captivity, and they're probably too big to hunt anyway, because a liger, they can outgrow their parents. But in my opinion, they're pretty cute, and they're not aggressive. They're kind of like cheetahs. They don't attack you unless provoked. In this video, we have a leopard showing off its roar. I just think the roar of big cats is so majestic. It shows their large teeth. The only cat that can't roar is cheetah, which makes them even more adorable since they can't roar. They're essentially medium-sized house cats, if you get my drifts. And leopards and jaguars can appear almost black in color, but the gene that causes this is recessive in leopards, but dominant in jaguars. So if you see a black panther, just remember, Black panther doesn't exist. It refers to the Panthera genus, the Felidae family, which includes all big cats except cheetahs and pumas and other cats that can't roar, like lynxes and caracals and serval cats. Since they're black, it makes them even more stealthier than a regular leopard, because at nighttime they can hide. And then at nighttime, well, we humans don't have killer eyesight for the nighttime because we're not nocturnal, we're diurnal. Unless you want to be nocturnal. Honestly, I'm nocturnal. I stay up all night because I'm a bat. So yeah, a baboon has enough strength to kill a leopard, which I don't find surprising, because monkeys, they be on that type of crap. But the black panther or the black jaguar or leopard, it's stealthy. And this video shows that I have to say, this leopard roar sounds more intimidating than a lion and a tiger. I mean, look at the beautiful roars of these leopards. I try to make a lion roar or any sort of big cat roar because I can't. It's kind of like. They make it, it's kind of like a growl, but a roar at the same time. It's like, and in my opinion, cheetahs aren't built for a fight. They're thin, delicate things made for speed and not much else. They can't even fight off vultures. Of all things, if they wanted to steal the cheetah's prey. Even hyenas beat up cheetahs because they're so delicate and weak. They can't defend their kill or their cubs. Lions, hyenas, and leopards have been known to indulge in cheetah cubs and eat them. The cheetahs practically can't do anything because they're so weak. They have weak jaws, weak claws. Everything about them is kind of weak, but at least they have speed. But they can't maintain their speed for long. But they're still faster than most other big cats. But they probably can't roar because they're not part of the Panthera genus. Along with cougars, lynxes, caracals, serval cats, all the cats that just can't cat. They can't roar, they can only purr. Same with cheetahs. But other big cats, they can't purr. They can only make this sound. So cheetahs are built differently from other big cats. They have enlarged hearts and lungs for sprinting after prey. They were built to run, not wrestle or battle. They're built for speed and agility, not for battling it out. So that's why they can barely defend their kill, or even their young, or their cubs. In fact, male cheetahs don't even take care of the young. The female is on her own. And some female cheetahs are solitary, and they don't live in coalitions like the males who live in groups. But some males don't even live in groups. They can be like females and be solitary. So cheetahs are kind of like lions, but on steroids. Like, take lions, make them spotted, or take a cat. Take, like, the domestic house cat. Make them spotted, give them the name cheetah. In fact, cheetahs were originally given the name leopard because they could be tamed and used for coursing or hunting. They are originally called panther or hunting leopard because they could be tamed by the ancient Egyptians. Because they could be tamed and they run so fast they can outrun predators, but they can't fight predators. They're built for sprinting after prey, not fighting. They're not leopards, tigers, jaguars, or lions. They're just your domestic cat on steroids. Cheetahs can be recognized by the fact they're spotted. They have a rudder-like tail and the black spike and the black stripes extending from their eyes. It helps reduce the glare of the sun when they're hunting prey. They are much smaller than other predators like lions, leopards, and even hyenas because they're built for running after prey and not for fighting. They can even outrun Usain Bolt, the fastest land person. But I have to admit, I do run pretty fast. Like, you can ask me to do something and I'll be back in the kitchen or back in my room before you even know it. And they can outrun most racing cars, even the cars bred to be specifically fast. Yeah, cheetahs, they're just your pet cat on steroids. And unlike most cats that are nocturnal, cheetahs are diurnal, which means they hunt in the cooler parts of the day. And farmers will sometimes shoot and kill cheetahs because they think they will eat their livestock. But generally, cows, sheep, goats, and horses are too big for a cheetah to kill. But they can take down babies. They eat young calves. They eat the cow's calves. And before a cow is called a calf, she is called a heifer. And when she has her first calf, she is known as a cow. But practically nothing can outrun a cheetah. But there are some birds that can fly faster than cheetahs, which isn't a surprise because I feel like birds get all the glory while other animals just get suffered and they have to be eaten alive. And I find it surprising that cheetahs can somehow hunt ostriches. Yeah, the big birds that can't bird, they can't fly, just like how cheetahs can't roar. But cheetahs can be adorable if they're trying to be. But they are still wild animals, and you should never attempt to touch or tame a wild cheetah. Even though they're timid, you should avoid them. Well, not technically avoid them, but if you're planning on capturing them on camera, just capture them from afar, even though they're timid. Although some zoos personally offer cheetahs to be petted or to be shown on camera. An ostrich is capable of killing a lion, so it can kill a cheetah as well. Cheetahs use coalitions to take down the much larger bird. And usually female ostriches have grayish brown feathers. So I think this ostrich who was getting manhandled by these cheetahs, I think she's female. Because male ostriches have black or white feathers and they have a brown tail. And once the ostrich could kick the cheetah and then it's over for the cheetah. Cheetahs are related to cougars who live in parts of in North America. They even live in South America with jaguars, but jaguars are pound for pound much stronger than cougars are. They have the more powerful bite force. They're more experienced hunters. And some cougars can live in the cold Canadian from the territory Yukon to Patagonia. They are sometimes referred to as puma, panther, or mountain lion, or mountain cat. But the panther is inaccurate because all cats are called panthers, or they can be. It refers to the Panthera genus. I also use this cat for mountain lions because it kind of looks like mountain lion, aside from the black thing, and it has a black spot right there. But it kind of looks like a puma or a cougar. Am I right? Although people might think apex predators like leopards and lions are afraid of donkeys, that's not true. Mountain lions actually do hunt donkeys, and they can hunt horses, but they can only hunt horses if it's a young foal or a colt or a mare or like a filly. But I do think a horse can kill a cougar, especially if it kicks it with its hind legs like I'm a poor cougar. I can't roar. I can't roar. I can't roar. I can only meow, 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 meow. Cougars will sometimes hunt guanacos, which are bigger than they are. Sometimes, just like how lions try to hunt Cape buffaloes and how cheetahs try to hunt ostriches. And cougars can hunt the ostrich-like bird, the look-alike for the ostrich. It's this bird called the rhea. They're a little hard to differentiate from an emu because ostriches only have 2 toes. Rheas, they have 3 toes. So they're easy to differentiate from an ostrich, but not easy to identify from an emu. She has been stalking this herd of guanacos, which are relatives of llamas. And the llama slips up, or the guanaco slips up, and it gets stuck between a fence, and it is eaten by the big cat. The hunt goes unsuccessful because the guanaco doesn't want to be eaten, and the cougar still tries to hunt it. And then she tries to get her cubs. The cubs try to help, but they're too young, obviously, to bring down such a big animal. They have no experience in bringing down such a large herbivore. So the hunt goes unsuccessful.
Her cubs try to help.
And they have large paws, and they can climb trees like a leopard. They can make vertical leaps with their large paws, and they kind of remind me of snow leopards because they live out in the mountainy terrains. When cougars have to share an environment with wolves and bears, but a bear will win a fight against a cougar. The only scenario where the cougar would win if it snuck up on the grizzly bear and it bited its throat. It was like, because that's how most big cats kill their prey. Jaguars, they go for the head, piercing their prey's head with their sharp canines, and they even been known to pierce the brain. And like cheetahs, jaguars don't actively hunt humans the way polar bears, lions, leopards, and crocodiles do, and bears and wolves. But we will probably be on the jaguars menu when capybaras. What if the jaguars eat all the capybaras? Or what if the capybaras are taken by humans? Because it seems like people just really love the giant herbivorous rodent. The only predator better than the wolf is the African wild dog, also called the painted dog. They live in packs and they can take down prey much larger than themselves, like deer, elk, moose, and even muskox. But a cougar would win a fight against the wild canid or wild canine because cougars are bigger than wolves. They also have more experience to hunt large prey than wolves. I don't think wolves can hunt guanacos, but cougars somehow can. Wolves can only hunt the middle-sized animals like elk, moose, muskox, although they'll consume rabbits and beavers if they get the chance. Wolves live in a pack where there's an alpha male and an alpha female. They are the first wolves to breed, of course, and wolves howl, and you don't hear that howl in the middle of the night. Grizzly bears definitely shouldn't be underestimated. They're large brown bears. They are almost the largest subspecies of the bear. The polar bear is slightly bigger, but in a fight between a grizzly bear and a polar bear, the grizzly bear would win the fight because the polar bear is scared of the grizzly bear, and they offer their carrion to the grizzly bear. Carrion is animals that have already died out. When bears are hungry enough, they will eat bison. When they're hungry enough, they will take out elk, moose, and they will take out bison. And if you're wondering who would win in a fight between a bear and a wolf, it's obvious. The bear wins the fight. Unless there's a whole pack of wolves, then the wolves would definitely win. Wolves are quicker and more agile than bears. Bears are larger, heavier, and they're just better than wolves overall. And they can climb trees just as good as they can swim. So you definitely don't want to go into a bear's house like Goldilocks did. She could have got ripped apart. The cougars are just cheetahs. Their closest relative is the cheetah and the jaguarundi. The jaguarundi, perilous cat.